So guys, what I would like you to do is start with your feet together, take them to a V, and then take them out once more. From here, I want you to take some pelvic tilts, looking for that in between the full anterior and full posterior tilt, looking for that neutral spine. So finding that middle ground, rolling your shoulders back and down for me, shoulders away from your ears, collarbone is nice and smiling, rib cage is going in and downwards. Lovely, chin is slightly tucked in. That's great. From here, I want you to float your arms up to shoulder height from me. I'm going to step forward. I want you to take an inhale. Exhale, I want you to pull your arm back as if you're pulling a bow and arrow, looking at your elbow behind you with your head. Inhale, coming back through. Exhale, other arm comes over like you're pulling a bow. Inhale back. So just opening up that chest, adding in some rotation, just mobilizing our shoulders and our chest. Stay with the breathing. Inhale, exhaling through pursed lips. Keep going. Keep squeezing your core inwards and upwards, one level on that elevator, that pelvic floor elevator, sending your navel back to your spine. Keep going. 4 more. Last one. Lovely. From here we'll go into our balance series. So with that, we squat down as our arms raise. We come back up onto our toes. Arms come up and then back down. So squat down, back up onto our toes, arms come up and down. So it's a squat, and then it's up on the toes and down. Squat, up on toes, arms raise and down. Inhale down, exhale, everything comes up. Coordination is not my strong point. 3 more. Pushing through those heels as you come back up before you reach onto your toes. Last one. Lovely. Taking your feet just a little bit wider for me and pointing your toes out towards the corners of the room. Inhale, we're going to squat down. Exhale, pushing up through our heels, squeezing our glutes, squeezing our core. Come up. Let's go. Lovely. 2 more. That's great. From here, I want you to squat down again, but at the bottom, we're going to come up onto our toes and extend to standing. So it's a squat, toes, extend. You might need to come in a bit narrower. Help with your balance. Still inhaling as we go down and exhaling as we push up on those toes. Squeezing that core, keep you stable, and also engaging those deep core muscles. One more. Lovely. From here, placing your feet together for me. I want your left leg, you're going to exhale and open it whilst keeping your hips pointing forwards. This is our clam. Inhale, close. Exhale, open, squeezing your glutes and squeezing your core for me. You should feel it around this area. Keep going. Last one. From here, I want you to take your foot and kind of hook it round your knee like so. Close it back in again on the inhale. Exhale, open from here. You may need to focus on a spot on the ground to keep your balance. If you lose it, you can come back and reset. Hands on your hips. Two more. Keep that core engaged for me. From here, keep it open. I want you to point, extend out, and back in. Let's go. Like a ballerina, keeping your hips facing forward. Keep focusing on the ground, on your little spot. Two more. And place that back down. Taking your other leg and starting to abduct that out on your exhale, like so. Two more. From here, taking it up and starting exhale, open from it. Inhale, exhale. Oh, that's no balance, sorry. Woo. Squeezing that core, trying to keep me from wobbling. Two more here. I'm going to keep it open on that last one. Extend it out and point and point and keep those hips facing forward. Keep squeezing, sending your navel back to your spine and your core. Two more. Last one. And taking that back down. Still a bit ill. Okay, great guys. Coming to the back of your mat. We've done this many times before. We're going to do our roll downs. So we've got 4 of them today. So we're going to inhale, prepare, exhale, send our chin down to our chest, start rolling through our thoracic spine, top of our spine, coming down to our lumbar lower spine. We're reaching over our legs, looking back at our knees, taking another deep inhale at the bottom. And then exhale, start rolling up from your lower spine to your upper spine. Back to standing. Let's go. Two more. One more here. Tucking that chin to chest, coming down. From here, I want you to walk out into a plank for me. This is great. We're actually going to stay in the plank for now. I want you to dip your hips to the right, come back in the middle, dip them to the left. Make sure you're engaging your core to keep your spine neutral, and you're just dipping that hip. Call this rainbow hips. Keep going. Dipping that hip, squeezing your core. Make sure your weight's going over your hands. Last one. Lovely. Taking a little bit of a break here. Coming into child's pose. Coming back up. We're going to go down to a low plank and then push back up to a high plank. So it's our commandos. Keeping nice posture, that neck nice and long, squeezing that core. Keep going. Nice and slow and controlled. The last one. This is great. Taking your knees back down again, little bit of a rest. For this next one, we call it a rolling plank. So you're rolling from side to side. So from here, you're going to roll, falling onto that forearm on the left, coming up, and then you roll onto the right, and the other hand goes up. So you're following through, and following your hand with your head, adding some rotation into that upper spine. Let's go. Keep going. Two more. Last one. And coming down for me. Falling back onto your knees. So you're in 4-point kneeling now. Have a sip of water if you need it. Sorry guys, I'm going to need a lot. My throat from where I'm ill. Okay. So we're in 4-point kneeling now. I just want you to double check that your legs, your knees are hip distance apart and your hips are just over your knees. I want you to check that your shoulders are over your hands, and I want you to take a few pelvic tilts here, just making sure you have a neutral spine for me. I want you to tuck your toes under. We're going to inhale, we're doing a 4-point hover. Inhale to prepare, exhale. Hover your knees slightly off the ground and inhale down. Exhale, hover. Inhale down. Let's go. Keep your neck nice and long, eye line down to the mat. Really pushing your core back to your spine. Really pulling in with that core as you exhale and go up. Really feeling that deep core engagement there. You should feel it. 4 more. Last one. Amazing. Feet come untucked. Okay. Your left leg is going to come back here to hip height, and your right arm is going to come up. And then they're going to come back down, and then they're going to come back up. Inhaling, coming down. Exhaling, going back up to hip height. Make sure you're remaining stable, you're not wobbling into one side. Just to hip height. Very small movement, eye line down to the mat. Keeping that neck nice and long. Keep going. Last one. Perfect. From here, I want you to extend that left leg again. And with your arms up currently extended, I want you to press down as that leg just points up and back. So it's like a press up. Not leaning into that opposite hip too much. Eye line down to the mat. Pressing up. Squeezing your core. 2 more. And then taking that leg back down. Now we're going to have the right leg come up to hip height. That left arm's going to come up and then they're going to come down. Exhale up, inhale down. Not falling into that hip too much. Just to hip height. Let's go. Lovely. From here, taking it back down, extending that right leg and going back into the... Sorry, the camera died. Keep going. Let's go. Last one. Lovely. And bringing that back down. Perfect. Okay. For this next one, I want you to collapse your right arm for me. So you're now collapsed. One is extended, the other is collapsed, and your hand is over the other hand. So you're on your forearm on the right arm. Lovely. From here, your left leg is going to abduct open and then close. Exhale, open, inhale, close. Squeezing that core, making sure you're not falling into that hip too much. Just opening and closing. Last one, I want you to hold it at the top, extend it out and back in. Extend it out and back in. Extend out and back in. Keep going. Two more. And take that back in. Swap, collapsed arms. So you're now collapsing that left arm. And exhale, start abducting that leg. Last one here. Now extend out and back in. Extend out and back in. Three more. Squeeze that belly in. Last one. And taking that back down for me. That's great. Okay guys. Coming onto our side. For me. So you're going to be on this side to begin with. We usually are down here, but for this exercise I want you to be up. So your head's going to be propped up, but I really want you to try as much as possible to still create that gap on the outside of your body. Sorry, on the between the mat and your rib cage. So really still try and push up and try and keep that neck long in this position. Lovely. Our knees are going to be stacked like so. Perfect. In fact, let's have one of them facing back and one can be stacked at the moment, yeah. So it's like this position. We're going to inhale. Raise that leg Exhale, put it forward, and then inhale back. So you're pulling it forward, back. I might actually have to go down because I'm losing that gap. It doesn't feel so comfortable. If you're losing your gap of air, then come down onto your arm. Otherwise, you can stay up. Squeeze your core. Inhale, send that knee back. Exhale, forward. Test the head positioning that works for you. I'm not sure what I'm preferring. It literally changes daily what I find more comfortable. Okay, from here, I want you to stop, put that down. I want you to send your legs to the back of the mat on a diagonal, like so, both extended. Sorry. Come down onto your arm, push up through that core. I'm going to take my upper leg and raise it to hip height. I'm going to point it forward, and then I'm going to flex it back. Point forward, flex back. Point forward, flex back. Make sure you stay stable through those hips. Only come to where you can. You don't need to get it fully forward. But you're pointing it, and then you're flexing it. 3 more. Last one. Lovely. From here, I want you to point it up for me, and then flex, come down. Pointing it up, and then flex to lower. Three more. Last one. Extend it at the top for me and circle for 10 forward. Still pushing up on that side of the rib cage. And then start circling in the opposite direction for me. Feet are still pointed. From here, flex your foot and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it back down. Guys, I'm so sorry, I'm so ill. That's great. Staying on this side, we've just got one more exercise on the side of the body. So, I'm going to be up on our forearm. Our underleg is bent and our upper leg is extended. Our upper arm is extended. I want you to push off your hip if you can. Look at that hand above and follow it and meet your knee. So it's like crunching in and then following it back round. So you're following it with your head. Two more. And coming back down. Lovely. Rolling to the other side. For me. Okay. Great. So, on this side, we're starting with our legs in that position that they were before, taking on the head position that you prefer. Sending your knees, I need more room, sort of back, like so. Knee comes raised off the other leg. You're going to push it forward on the exhale. Inhale, send it back. Pushing up through that rib cage, creating that pocket of air, squeezing your glutes and squeezing your core. Last one. Lovely. Taking that down, coming into that like sort of parallel leg position for me and finding the head position that you want. We're going to inhale, pushing up through your core still. Oh, sorry. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, point that leg forward. Inhale, flex it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Staying long through that neck. 2 more. Lovely. Hovering that leg still. Point it up, flex it down. Still pushing up through your core. Two more. Lovely. Keeping it extended, circle forward. And then circle back. Lovely. Flexing the foot, pulse. And taking it back in. Coming up onto our forearm, bending that bottom knee. Other leg is extended, other hand is extended. Pushing up off our hip, following that hand with our head, crunching it in and crunching the knee in and back out. Following that hand with your eye gaze. Squeezing your core, squeezing those obliques. Two more. Last one. And coming back down. Great, guys. I believe that was our half an hour. This session can go on for longer. It's my session that I teach in person. It's 45 minutes, but as we only have 30 minutes, that should do. Cross that left leg across the right leg. We're going to have a little bit of a stretch. Pull that in. Some nice glute stretch. And when you're ready, swapping that over for me to the other side. That's great. Placing your feet back down, letting your knees fall to the left as your head falls to the right. Breathing here. And then moving and swapping, so your knees come to the right and your head comes to the left. Ears away from your shoulders. Taking your knees in and giving yourself a nice gentle rock. Rolling onto your belly for me. And pressing up into a cobra. Bending over that back. coming back down, and then again pushing up. And pushing back into a child's pose. And you're done.